What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, we are going to be talking about why Pepe is about to crash. Before we get started though, if you're not a member of the free Discord, please click the link in the description box below and get started with the free Discord. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. All right, so Pepe here, we're going to start off on the 45-minute time frame. And the first thing I want to show you guys is the head and shoulders pattern we see on Pepe. So we have a head and shoulders pattern, and basically you guys can see we have our left shoulder right here, our head right here, and then our right shoulder right here. Now we broke bearish out of this pattern. This is a very common topping pattern in markets that often lead to a big picture reversal. Now, when I say big picture, I'm not talking about Pepe will never go up again, but I am talking about like the daily candlesticks, where a lot of people are buying out here on the daily. And just out here on the bigger time frame, a lot of people think it's just going to keep going up. And this head and shoulders pattern is often a sign that the market is not going to keep going up, but instead it's ready for a correction. So let's go ahead and remove the drawing tools here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the patterns that we're looking at as well on Pepe. So the other pattern that we're looking at here with Pepe is the bearish flag pattern. So the bear flag pattern, again, is very, very common inside of markets. A lot of times this pattern pops up near the top of markets as you start bear markets or short-term corrections. You will have these patterns appear inside of the market. And a lot of times people see this pattern and they think that it's not a bear flag because they're looking to buy the dip. They think that price is just going to keep going up. And that's really not how markets work. If markets keep going up, they have to pull back at some point. And the bear flag is a great example of one of these patterns that leads to more downside. So basically the distinguishing features of the bear flag pattern would be the flag pull. So you get a crash that goes down and then the price tries to move up again, where there's a lot of people thinking, oh, see, it was just a dip. You can just buy the dip. It's just going to keep going up. And of course, as a result of the bearish flag pattern, it does not keep going up. The market goes lower and you get this kind of upward facing channel. And when you break bearish out of that upward facing channel is when you lead to more downside. So this bear flag, again, it's a very, very common pattern. It appears a lot. And one example of this would actually be Ethereum. One example of the bear flag pattern, if we go to the daily candlesticks here, and we just go ahead and look at Ethereum here and remove the drawing tools, you guys can see here that Ethereum back at the previous peak on Ethereum also had this bearish flag pattern. You can see we have a bear flag here. Everybody was kind of expecting more upside. People were expecting a bounce off of this level. And of course, that's not what happened. Price went lower as a result of that bear flag pattern. So here we can take this image here and we'll paste it onto the chart and you'll just see how perfect that bear flag looks on Ethereum. Well, that's exactly what's happening with Pepe right now. And also WIF, dog with hat coin. If we go over to dog with hat coin and we check out, this is a great example of a bear flag. Everybody was FOMO buying right here. Everybody's thinking, oh, WIF is just going to moon you guys. And if you look, there's a giant bear flag on WIF. And this could take us to, I don't know exactly what price, or I'm not going to talk about it, at least not in today's video. We can measure Fibonacci levels, and I can tell you what price this will go to. But just for the purpose of today's video, I'm not going to talk about that. But I will tell you that there's a massive bear flag on WIF. And people are going to hold on because that's what a bull trap is. A bull trap is where the bulls get trapped. They're expecting more upside when really the market's already topped out. There's bearish patterns appearing everywhere, and they're all convinced it's going to keep going up. Well, it's not. It's not going to keep going up. There's a bear flag here on the crypto total market cap as well. So these patterns play out a good majority of the time. And really, they're extremely profitable to play these patterns because they're easy to see and they lead to a lot more downside, and you can short the market. And when you're shorting the market, you can make money when everybody else is panic selling. And you can have a bunch more ready to buy the dip, to buy at extremely discounted prices in preparation for a bigger picture reversal and more upside. Again, right? Because this crash in crypto that I'm talking about over the summer is not the end of the bull market. It's going to be like a mini bear market for altcoins, but it's not the end of the bull market. This is very typical of the crypto markets to do ABC corrections and even to have summer corrections. It's very typical for the crypto markets to have a correction over the summer, and a lot of times it's like a mini bear market on altcoins as a result of that. Now, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to go to 20,000 or 16,000. All I've been telling you guys is that Bitcoin will very likely test 50K, and this is the total crypto market cap. But the pattern is the same. So I'll go back over to I'll go over to Bitcoin here to show you what I mean. If you look at Bitcoin and we take a look at what's happening on Bitcoin, it's the same structure, A, B, and C, partly because most of crypto market cap is in Bitcoin. It's the biggest coin. It has the most market cap. And so, yeah, it's going to look almost exactly like the total crypto market cap. But a pullback here on Bitcoin to 50K is very healthy. That's exactly what you'd want to see in the market before we're able to go higher again. So no, it's not like if Bitcoin pulls back to 50K, the bull market's over, because I'm seeing a lot of people say that. No, that's exactly what people say in bull traps. Oh, the market can't go down. If it goes down, that's the end of crypto. That's called holding on to your investments. That's called not being willing to take profit when it's clearly a really good time to take profit. We're at resistance on Bitcoin right now as we speak. We're at local resistance right here, and we're also at all-time resistance, like big picture resistance is up in the same zone. So a pullback to 50K is really exactly what this market needs. And no, it does not mean that it's the end of crypto. That's ridiculous. Crypto has recovered over and over after 80 and 90% corrections. There's altcoins that have went into full-blown bull markets after 95% corrections. So yeah, Bitcoin can pull back to 50K and start a bull market. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And for me, that's exactly what I want to see happen and what the charts are really showing us here. And yeah, if we go over to the Dow Jones and look at the Dow Jones, you guys can see pretty quickly here on the daily time frame. If we pull up the MACD, there's bearish divergence on the daily time frame for the Dow Jones. Let's go ahead and remove our drawing tools. Look at all this divergence right here. We have price made a high and went all the way up and made a higher high. And our MACD here has bearish divergence. The MACD made a lower low. That's bearish divergence. So, and also there's uncertainty because of the elections. People don't know what's going to happen because of the elections. So to have the Dow Jones, now there could be a small bounce today, a small one. I've been telling you guys it's like the last chance to sell, right? So take advantage of those bounces because If we go back over to our bear flag pattern that I was showing you on Pepe, there's almost always a bounce at the bottom of the flag, a small little bounce. So a lot of things are going to bounce, maybe a little bit. I don't think Bitcoin will, and it doesn't have to. It can fall right below. But if there's a small bounce today, don't be afraid to take profit, because it's really your last chance. We broke bearish out of Bitcoin's triangle that everybody was drawing, and this bearish divergence on the Dow Jones really is powerful. Like, that could take the Dow Jones back down to support here, and then it'd totally be bullish again on the Dow Jones. And same is true for Bitcoin. So let's go back over to Bitcoin really quick, and I'll show you what I mean by the triangle that everybody was drawing. So a lot of people were drawing this triangle on Bitcoin here, and we broke bearish. People were expecting this triangle to hold, and we clearly failed. So if there's a tiny bounce on Bitcoin, take advantage of it. But there doesn't have to be one. We could fall right off a cliff here on Bitcoin. We're breaking bearish on multiple different time frames, and we're overextended on the big time frames. So I definitely think that the crypto markets will have a pullback. And I'm getting a lot of hate in the comments, but the people that are listening to me have been printing money, right? I've been shorting Pepe. My followers have been shorting Pepe, Bitcoin. My VIP members have been shorting Bitcoin. People are printing money right now because they're taking this trade and they're listening to the market and what's actually showing in the charts and seeing it as it is instead of what they want to see, and they're making money. That is literally the definition of a good trader. You got to be able to see the market as it is and not what you want to see in the market. And if you're able to learn how to do that, you can print money too in this space easily. There's so much opportunity. So this ABC correction on Bitcoin, I think, will be pretty exciting for the people that were willing to take profits, because of the fact that you guys are going to make a bunch of money shorting this market. And people have been asking me, Dallin, will you make a video about how to short? Yes, I can't probably over the weekend. I might be able to next week. We'll see if I've got time. But if you want, go join the Discord and message in the Discord. I'll give you links for Apex Exchange. Get signed up, or whatever exchange you have access to in your country and your location, and start shorting. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to short on various exchanges. So go look at those videos, and it's not that hard to get set up shorting the market. And you guys can make money on the downside, and you can buy the dip with your profit and that cash that you took off the table, and really make a bunch of money when the market does turn around. Because to be honest with you, Bitcoin is doing exactly what gold did. Bitcoin did a rounded bottom here, a big rounded bottom, just exactly like what gold did. And now it's making a cup and handle pattern. And in order to make the handle, it has to drop a little bit lower. And it's really cool if we take the gold chart on the bottom here. I'll just throw gold on the bottom and show you really what I'm talking about here. Futures market, gold futures. I mean, look at that, right? Gold did the same thing. Bitcoin and gold have looked like each other since day one. And it's not that crazy to see a pullback here on Bitcoin to 50K. It's exactly what gold did. It did a giant cup and handle here, and that's exactly what Bitcoin is set up to do too. And with weakness in the stock market and a lot of things, bearish divergence on the daily with the Dow Jones, there's a bunch of bearish divergence on a bunch of different coins, and people think it's going to go up forever. I haven't seen this much greed on crypto Twitter since like right here, even though it's an even bigger version of that same greed. But there's a lot of greed on crypto Twitter right now. So I definitely think Pepe will drop lower here, and we're going to see more downside with Pepe. And a lot of people that take this short position or take profits and prepare to buy the dip, or both, is obviously the best thing to do. are going to make a bunch of money. And no, I don't think the bull market is over. I just see a healthy summer correction that some people won't call healthy because they didn't sell. But it will be a healthy correction. We went significantly up and we need a normal pullback, and a healthy correction in crypto can be like 30 and 40%. I think Bitcoin could fall 30% and altcoins could fall even more. Ethereum could fall 30, 40%. So don't be afraid to take profit, you guys. It's what everybody wants to do. It's the one thing everybody regrets that they never did every time. And it's the one thing that if you learn how to do, that sets you apart from the rest of the traders, the rest of the investors. That's what makes you a good investor. That's what makes you good at trading and investing, is being willing to take profits when it's overextended. That's what sets you apart. Also, being willing to buy the dip when nobody wants to buy. If you can do those two things good, you're going to set yourself apart in this market. So yeah, I really think that there's a lot of upside. Downside. Let's go back over to Ethereum and we'll talk about Ethereum. Ethereum just broke bearish on the short term, and I really think we're going to fail support here on Ethereum and go lower because there's really no strength in this market at all. And there's bearish divergence, like a lot of bearish divergence on the MACD. Price made a high and a higher high, and yet there's just massive divergence here, even right here. Look, again, look at that. Price made a high and a higher high. The MACD made a high and a lower high. That's a perfect example of bearish divergence on the 45-minute. And there's bearish divergence on the bigger time frame too. Yeah, on the 12-hour time frame here, there's bearish divergence on Ethereum. And that divergence is a strong, strong sell signal. And I really don't think the support level, we're definitely going to test it, and we might not hold it. I think we'll fall a little bit below it and make an ABC correction, because that's what these markets do after 5 waves up. And that ABC correction is going to be a lot of fun to play if you guys are willing to play it correctly. So yeah, that's my view on Pepe. I definitely think we're in a bear flag. We're going to drop lower. I'm seeing weakness on a lot of different coins across the board. And I'm definitely thinking we're going to see downside. So that's my view. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. I love and appreciate every single one of you. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and share it with your friends. And I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. As always, stay profitable out there.